What is going on, boys and girls? This is Tom from the Strength Agenda with another commentary. This time we are doing the Illumine Barbell Club meet in Niles, Illinois that we did. It was our first meet of the year. And this first video that we have includes all our women lifters and our masters lifters. So enjoy the commentary. First up on this meet, we have Chelsea Armstrong. She is a 90 plus lifter. Her first opening attempt at 65 kilos was a good lift. Chelsea is probably one of the strongest females I know, and strength is not an issue for her, but timing and patience in the lifts is. So on each of these lifts, as you could tell, she has more than enough pull, more than enough strength on them. She just kind of mistimes the catch here or there and is only credited with her opening attempt. This is Ashley Estep. She's a little bit newer to our team. This is her opener at 70 kilos. She's a 69 kilo lifter who is she's very talented. She's not afraid to go under anything. We have a couple technical issues that we are still working on, namely keeping that bar close from the floor all the way up to her power position and her finish. She tends to let that bar get a little bit away from her at the end of the lift. She is strong enough to bring the bar back into the body and save the lift. So we're just trying to iron that out and make it a little bit smoother, a little bit more efficient, so she can start hitting some really big lifts and hopefully, qualify for the American Open at the end of the year. Her second lift there at, I believe that was 74 kilos, was good, and this would be a competition PR for her. At 76 kilos. She was not very confident in being able to hit this. I was pretty positive that she was, and you can tell by my excitement and jumping around that I was really happy for her to make this. And this is Katie Boyer. She competed for me at the American Open last year and the year before and had already secured a qualifying national total. So we went into this meet with just the goal of improving that total in the hopes of getting her in the A session in the 69 kilo class. So we will kind of just wait and see and hope that the total is enough. That one right there was just a silly mistake. I don't know if that was nerves or anything like that. She just kind of rushed her catch, didn't move her feet out, and ended up just throwing the bar behind her. Katie's another very strong lifter, so we know strength is never an issue with her. For her in particular, timing and consistency with bigger weights is what we are going after. She missed that last one. It was an easy lift, and I normally don't let lifters go up, but I was confident she can make that lift. So we went up, and she ended up hitting 88 kilos, which is a competition PR in the snatch. And then here's Chelsea moving on to the clean and jerks. Chelsea was a little rattled after only going 1 for 3 in the snatches, but we kind of got our mind right, and she ended up going 3 for 3 in clean and jerks, which is really good to see. Ashley had a phenomenal performance at the meet. I believe she went 6 for 6. Competition PRs across the board, snatch, clean and jerk total. This is 85 for her. Very easy lift. She's one of those where she has a little bit more trouble standing up with the lift, but we know once she stands up with it, she's going to make the lift. She's going to stick the jerk. She's going to at least go under it, and 9 times out of 10 she will make it. And then Chelsea is demonstrating her strength once again in here. There is yet to be a lift that I have put on the bar, whether she's made it or missed it, that doesn't look like it's there. Like I've said before, her strength is there. We're just working on her confidence and her patience and her technique. She's still relatively new to the sport, only about a year in right now, so there are big lifts for her, coming for her down the road. Here's Ashley's second attempt, I believe, or this might be her third attempt. This is 90 kilos. Again, just, another solid lift. She had struggled with lifts around 90 kilos in training, standing up with them in the clean portion of them, and she absolutely smoked this one. And then this is a big competition PR for Chelsea. 90 kilos is a big lift for her in the clean and jerk. She wasn't sure she was going to make it. She almost lost it on the dip and drive there. You saw it slip down her chest. We've been addressing that a lot in training lately, working on her front rack position, making sure she can keep a better position on that dip and drive. And I was really happy for Chelsea to go 3 for 3 in the clean and jerk, with a competition PR clean and jerk and a competition PR total. This lift right here, the last time we went heavy in training, Ashley actually missed this lift twice. On the first time she missed it on the jerk, really struggled to stand up with it in the clean. She stood up a with a lot more speed on this one. And then the second time she attempted it in training, she missed the clean altogether. That jerk was very easy. I don't think she realized how easy. She's lucky she didn't get called for dropping the bar up top like that. But 3 for 3 performance, competition PRs across the board. So I was a happy coach at this point in the game. And then Katie Boyer was up for her attempts. Again, we were just working on improving her total for the national meet. So we opened a little bit higher in the clean and jerk. This was a lift I wanted her to open with at the American Open. She didn't think she could handle it. I knew she could. And we kind of argued a little bit about it. And this meet, I kind of told her she didn't get a choice. So she opened up with that, and it was a very easy lift for her. Then bumped up to 104, I believe. My picture is not 100% clear. I'm pretty sure it's 104. Cleans are never a problem for her. She just finished our Swirl-Off squat program, so standing up with a lift is not an issue for her. We're still trying to iron out her jerk. She's got a little bit of a bobble there, but again, strength is not an issue for her. We're just working on her technique and her being confident and just letting her body do the work. Again, I'm not a big fan of going up after a miss, but that was obviously a really good miss, so to speak, for her. So we went up an extra kilo just to see if she can hit that lift. Went up to 105. It's a lift she's been wanting to hit in competition for a while. And again, easy clean, and she absolutely sticks the jerk on this one. She knew it was there. I knew it was there. I was very excited for her to hit this lift. They gave her a 193 competition total, which is huge for her. We're really excited, moving forward for the American Open. Next up is our Masters lifters. This is Nate. This is Nate's second meet with us. He really wasn't sure he was even going to do this meet, just like the last one. Kind of got talked into it, and it was just one of those things where he wanted to try and qualify as a 77 and a 69 kilo lifter for the AO series in Grand Rapids later this year. So we just said, what the heck? And we kind of went for it on some lifts. This would have been a all-time PR, I believe. No, I'm sorry. This would have been a competition PR in the snatch. Got called on a press out there. He tends to do that when he rushes his pull. But then after the snatches, he looked at me and he goes, I have to clean and jerk 93 to have it shot. And I really wasn't sure. He wasn't really sure that was going to happen, but we were going to, just make attempts and see what happened. Nate always struggles standing up on the clean, and a lift like that you just saw where he bottoms out in that clean, 9 times out of 10, he is not even going to come close to standing up with that. And about halfway up, I realized, he's got the legs for it. He's going to push through and make that. So, after he made that lift right there, we're like, what the heck? So we put on, 93, which is what he needed to qualify. I almost smashed my phone in the process, and he absolutely sticks the lift. That was an easy jerk, probably one of the easier jerks he's done, and a really easy clean, standing up with this. I was very happy for Nate. We accomplished the goal that we set out to do, despite his apprehension at the start. And this is Alvin Gates. This is his first meet back after recovering from hernia surgery. He started training with us in November, right around the Saw Showdown. Said he wasn't sure if he was going to be competing or not. He just wanted to, get back into shape. Saw everybody else was training for this meet and decided it was a good idea. So he, signed up for it, and we trained for it. And he was, up until a couple weeks before this meet, he was snatching with a belt. So for him to do all these lifts, sans belt, was really, really great. And he had competition PRs. These were really good lifts. These were really smooth lifts for him. He, went into it, minus that one right there. But that was more just him just kind of rushing everything, getting a little bit ahead of himself. But I was really happy for his performance. A 2 for 3 in the snatch, his first meet back from a major surgery procedure that he had. So I will take that any day of the week. He's a great guy to have in the gym. He provides a lot of experience to our younger lifters, a lot of words of advice. So it's always good to have guys like that around. And then here is Raj, who is actually one of our original members of the Barbell Club back when we were at Big Shoulders. This is Raj's third meet, I believe, with me. And each meet he goes into it with just a little bit more confidence, a little bit more intensity, I guess is the word I will use in his snatches. The cleans, he attacks the cleans, no problem. Snatches, he's sometimes a little bit timid, not really sure, if he's going to make it or not. But each meet, each training session he comes in, he's been building confidence in the snatches, which is really great to see going forward. And each one of these were good lifts. We had a little bit of issue. I had a little bit of issues with the judging on his lifts. A lift that I thought was good, got 3 reds. A lift I thought was bad, got 3 whites, made no sense to me. And then on this third lift here, he when we play the audio, you hear the judge say down. He loses stability and lowers the bar, but was told that he'd let go of the bar too early. Judge's decision. You can't leave something like that in the judge's hands. So, it is what it is. You see there a little bit of instability, but she gave him a finger waving down and said the word down. So, it is what it is. He ends up with only being credited for 1 snatch, and he comes back and does really well in the clean and jerks. And then speaking of clean and jerks, here is Mr. Alvin. Alvin has a problem with depth, just age, mobility restrictions. Depth is not always something that is easy for him. So it's hard for him to sometimes get in the bottom. But you know what? He had no issues on any of these cleans getting down, in the hole for him and popping right back up. So I was really happy to see that, given, his restrictions in that part of the movement. Each of these lifts did not look like a maximal attempt for him. Even the jerks, we were having a lot of issues with his lockout in training leading up to this. He was really catching with a lot of soft elbows, soft shoulders, and we had kind of been hammering that for the 3 weeks leading up to it. And at the meet, he kind of stepped it up another notch and was really sticking his jerks, minus his first one where he got called, I think, on his right elbow. These next 2 lifts were just really good lifts for him. So for, his first meet back after, hernia surgery, I was really, really happy with where Alvin ended up on here. I'm really excited for, future meets with him. And, just look at that right there. That is a great lockout. He's a smaller guy, but he's got really long levers, so that is a long way to push himself under. So I was really happy with that performance there. He really knocked it out of the park, and he's going to have some good meets coming his way. So I'm really excited for the future of him with Team Saw. And then Raj coming up for his clean and jerks. Similar situation with Nate after the snatches. He said flat out to me, he goes, I want to make all 3 of my clean and jerks. And, I just told him, let's just take it one at a time and just kind of see how he's feeling. As you can see, Raj is another guy, kind of like Nate, who used to struggle. If he'd bottom out in a clean, he'd have a hard time standing it up. But he's really starting to work on keeping tension throughout the whole lift and really working on timing in terms of catching a bounce coming out of the bottom. And he's one of those guys that I have that I know when he stands it up, no matter how hard of a struggle it is or how ugly the clean is, he's going to absolutely stick the jerk. I have hardly ever had him, seen him with press outs or poor lockouts. If he misses a jerk, he's usually going to miss it behind him. Other than that, he's going to stick and he's going to push himself pretty dang low under it and catch it in a good position, fully locked out. So I was really confident in his clean and jerks going into this. Here's another example of it right there. Just great lockout, great position. And we were really excited about that lift there. That was a really great lift for him. And that's going to do it for this first half of the meet. I will have the next section up for you guys that will contain our senior lifters. We have a bunch of guys in the 94s, the 85s, and the 105 and 105 plus sessions. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next video from the Illumine Barbell Club meet. Take care, guys.